Paul McCartney has penned more than his fair share of timeless songs. Paul John Lennon was the main contributor to the majority of the Beatles' songs. He was also responsible for the creation of several of the band's most popular songs, including Let It Be, Yesterday, Hey Jude, and Penny Lane. Wilfred Mellers, writing for Music and Musicians magazine in 1972, said of the songwriting connection between Lennon and McCartney, "Opposite poles generate electricity between John and Paul. The sparks flew. John's fiery iconoclasm was softened by Paul's poetic grace, while Paul's wide-eyed appeal was strengthened by John's resilience." In the 1960s, Paul and John raised the bar for songwriting, serving as an inspiration to many of their contemporaries. Concerning their landing in the United States in 1964, Bob Dylan said that Paul and John were doing things that no one else was doing. Their chords were completely ridiculous, and their harmonies made everything else seem acceptable. They did not only inspire Dylan, they also paved the way for others. John and Paul even wrote the Rolling Stones' first smash track, I Wanna Be Your Man, which was released in 1963. On the other hand, that inspiration would likewise go in both directions. John was an admirer of Dylan and claimed that he had his own Dylan period while he was in the Beatles. Paul was very enthusiastic in his compliments for one band from the 1960s. According to Paul, who spoke on The Ronnie Wood Show, the Beach Boys and the Beatles were in a friendly competition with one another. Ian MacDonald, a music critic, stated that the Beatles thought the 1966 album Pet Sounds by the Californian Band was the best record released by any of their peers that year.